Way.
I'd like to call to order this special meeting of the Bowling Green Board of Commissioners for February 19th, 2016. And I need to ask Ms. Scheller to please call the roll.
Commissioner Perigin. Here. Commissioner Williams.
Here.
Commissioner Denning.
Here.
Commissioner Hill.
It wasn't me, I swear, it wasn't me.
Here. Mayor Wilkerson.
Here. Purpose of this special meeting, as identified in our order, is to tell us what we're going to do in the fire department. Mr. DeFebo, you've taken a special stand this morning. Let's see what we got.
Thank you, Mayor and Commissioner. It's a pleasure to be here. Last summer, Chief Greg Johnson retired, allowing him the full-time pursuit of being Greg Johnson. As our Chief Emeritus now, I want to thank Greg again for laying the foundation for today. To allow us the time to do a thorough and thoughtful search process, we appointed Brian O'Callahan. At this time, I'd like to thank Brian publicly for the service he provided to the department and to me. Brian's a pretty smart guy. He understood the cardinal rule of any interim. It's this: steer the ship without wrecking onto the rocks. So thank you very much for doing that. You did a great job, and I know the fellow senior managers and department heads liked working with you. We posted the promotional opportunity and started vetting, discernment, and the selection process. The process was quite involved, and it's one of the reasons it took such a long time. We used our testing company to do an assessment center process, which involved, can you all hear me? A great deal of practicums. We had chiefs from as far as Chicago and Brentwood, Tennessee coming down to help us. The candidates went through an assessment center exercise. Then we used what is known as a DISC protocol that helps us identify personalities and leadership qualities to see if the person is fit for the job they are being asked to do. Not all jobs require the same leadership and personality composition. All candidates had to go through a polygraph. I'm happy to say all of them passed of that. They also had to do a background check, and to my knowledge, none of them are axe murderers, and they're actually leading citizens. I asked for and received through Brian shift input from the men about what the direction of the department should go. It wasn't person specific, but future. So I received some of that. The candidates had to, anywhere between 6 and 10 pages, answer 12 questions of concern to you all and to me about the department. Then they had to go through a 2-part oral interview that lasted most of the afternoon, part of which involved eating lunch at Mellow Mushroom. So that was added to this was some discernment and prayer on my part, because it was a difficult choice, to say the least. I want to thank Mike Grubbs. He was the process organizer, a faithful scribe, and my wingman throughout the whole process. And I guess you'll know all the candidates think very highly of Mike, as do I. Today, it's my recommendation as city manager that you consider and approve Jason Lee Colson as your new fire chief. Jason has 20 years experience of paid professional firefighter experience, some of which was achieved in Henderson, Kentucky. I know somebody from there. But the majority came within our own department. I think that provides Jason with a unique perspective of comparing departments. He started with us in 1995. He put 5 years as a firefighter at EMT, 6 years as sergeant, 7.5 years as captain, and since 2014, he has served as assistant chief of training. He and others are responsible for teaching our next generation of firefighters how to save public lives while protecting their own, which is not a mean task, but something that's very important. Mr. Colson has 17 years private sector experience, both as a sales manager, consultant, and he has some property he manages. I believe this private entrepreneurial experience provides a perfect foundation for the job of chief. Our nominee for fire chief has an associate's degree from Eastern Kentucky University. I'm proud to say is working on his bachelor's. And he has all the requisite fire training commensurate with someone of his longevity and rank. He is a man of faith, serving as a deacon in a church of his choice, which I think is laudable. He also spends some of his free time coaching youth sports and serving with the Richardsville Volunteer Fire Department. Jason, if confirmed today by you, it is our expectation that you continue the continuum of excellence established by the chiefs before you. Second part to this. And take this department into a new future, all within the policy directives of this Board of Commission. It is my duty to hereby present for your consideration Jason Lee Colson.
Hello.
That's it.
Yes, sir. At this point, I'll entertain a motion to add Municipal Order 2016-31 to the agenda.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Hill, second by Williams. Any discussion? Please call the roll to add this to the agenda, please.
Perigin.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Denning.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Now in consideration of Municipal Order 2016-31.
Municipal order approving the promotion of Jason L. Colson to the position of fire chief in the fire department.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Hill and second by Denning. Now, this is the point where I get to ask for discussion, so I don't know if you really want us to talk out loud or not, but anybody have any comments that they'd like to make?
Your Honor, I think this is an excellent choice. I've had the pleasure of knowing Jason and his family, as a lot of the other firefighters. But I think Jason will represent the Bowling Green Fire Department in the ways that we expect of our fire chiefs. So I'm honored that he has been named the fire chief of the city of Bowling Green.
I'd just like to thank the city manager and Michael Grubbs and all those that had a part in the selection process. O'Callahan's been mentioned. Thank you so much for everything that you did in the interim time, but nice job on behalf of the city manager and Michael. I think the process works. Congratulations.
Anyone else?
Congratulations.
Jason, we know what the process was. It was carefully explained to us in the closed session this week, and we know all that you went through to get here. But that doesn't take into account all that you came to get to this point. And we recognize that. And these gentlemen back here in the blue and white shirts, some of them even come in on their own time to be here to support you. And we understand what a family means when it comes to the fire department. And we appreciate your support. Thank you again, Brian. Congratulations, Jason. But we got to do one more thing. Please call the roll.
Perigin.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Denning.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes, congratulations, Jason. Thank you. If you'd be seated just a moment, I believe Interim Chief Brian Callahan's, last time I can call him that, to come forward and make a presentation.
We have a tradition in the fire service of pending our promotions, and I have the honor to pin Jason, his office assistant chief's badge and put on a chief's badge. True pleasure for me. I couldn't be happier with this selection.
say some words now. I truly am grateful and humbled to be standing here as fire chief for this great city. Thank you, Mayor and Commissioners, for your vote of confidence. I'd like to thank City Manager Kevin DeFebo and, again, Mike Grubbs, Human Resource Director, for the time and the effort that they have spent in the selection process. My family, which I'd like to take a second to introduce to you, my wife, June, 20 years. We've been married and it's spent such a great time together. My oldest son, Ty, he's not going to stand up. And my youngest son, Trey. And additionally, I'd like to recognize my parents, my father, my mother, and then my brother as well are here with me today. But my family, we thank you for recommending me to this position. Like others before me, I'd want to recognize and thank Ryan O'Callahan for his willingness to serve as interim fire chief during this 6 months period. I'm excited to begin working in a new capacity with him and the great administration that we have in place that deserve recognition as well for their hard work and their dedicated efforts. Deputy Chief Napier, Deputy Chief Rockroar, here you are. Assistant Chiefs Elrod, Saul, Fry. Thank you for all that you've done to over the last few months as we transition to this day. So, let me close by saying thank you to all the people standing behind me in the audience, many of who I'm afraid to look at because this is an emotional day for me, and many of them have helped me in some manner to achieve this dream. Thank you for being here and sharing in this moment. Again, thank you to everyone who has made this day possible. Thank you.
Thank you for coming in and this presentation for our new Bowling Green Fire Chief, Jason Colson. Congratulations. And that's the end of our meeting. Thank you.
Keep you, buddy.